Yet beneath the spotlight, layers of mystery, personal loss, and whispered rumors have shaped the journey in ways few ever saw. When the cameras stopped rolling, whispered family struggles, devastating losses, and controversial beliefs painted a different portrait than the one seen by millions. For years, stories swirled about faith, difficult choices, and tragedies that seemed almost relentless. In private moments, the grief after losing loved ones, and the headlines that followed weighed heavily. Then came the headlines that questioned everything about personal motivations and loyalties, prompting heated debate among fans and critics. Meanwhile, moments of redemption and quiet strength revealed a more complicated story, a search for healing and acceptance after every loss and setback, and a deep loyalty to family and longtime friends. Despite all the speculation or rumor, the choices made when no one was watching finally answered questions that had long fueled curiosity and debate. Growing up in Englewood, New Jersey, John Joseph Travolta was surrounded by a lively family, being the youngest of 6 children. His roots were shaped by his father, Salvatore Travolta, who made an unusual journey from a life as an athlete to becoming a tire dealer. This mix of sports and hands-on business must have filled the Travolta house with stories of perseverance and ambition. Meanwhile, his mother, Helen Cecilia Burke, brought her own special influence into the home. She was a singer, actress, and teacher. Her background in the performing arts, combined with her talent as an educator, likely inspired creativity in the Travolta children from a young age. Every day, John would have seen both the drive of his father, grounded in physical work and responsibility, and the artistry of his mother, who encouraged imagination and expression. This balance of discipline and creativity would have given John a unique understanding of life and opportunity. Growing up with 5 older siblings meant that John experienced the world through many different eyes, learning, listening, and watching as his brothers and sisters carved out their own paths. The house, no doubt, was alive with energy, laughter, and maybe even the occasional performance, thanks to his mother's background in music and acting. This environment may have nurtured John's own love for performing, making the arts feel like a natural way to express himself. The blend of his parents' worlds, athletics, business, performance, and teaching, laid a foundation that would later shape his career in acting and singing. With support from a close-knit family, John learned how to face challenges and seize the moments that would eventually lead him onto the stage and screen. Growing up in an Irish-American neighborhood, John Travolta's early life was full of close family ties and community spirit. His mother, who often worked on stage, brought home the world of theater, filling the house with talk of drama and song. This environment was not just colorful, it was inspiring. He was surrounded by stories and performances, with his mother's passion showing him how acting could bring people and cultures together. By watching her and hearing about her experiences, he saw acting as not just a job, but a way to connect with different people and ideas. This made him curious about performance from a young age, and he began to dream of being on stage and screen himself. As he grew, Travolta's fascination with acting grew stronger, often overshadowing his interest in regular school life. When he was only 16 years old, he felt the pull of his dream more than ever, leading him to make a bold decision. He chose to drop out of high school so he could devote himself fully to acting, believing that if he was going to make it, his heart and time had to be in it completely. The mix of culture he experienced at home, and the encouragement he received from watching his mother's success in the theater, pushed him to step into the world early, knowing it would take hard work and determination to make his mark, but feeling sure that being part of performance was the life he wanted. However, long before the bright lights of Hollywood called out his name, John Travolta set his sights on New York City. Determined and young, he left his New Jersey home and crossed the Hudson River, eager to prove himself on the stage. He quickly made a name for himself, landing coveted roles in the national tour of Greece. Audiences took notice of his vibrant energy and presence, and not long after, he joined the Broadway production of Over Here. This early success in New York did not make him content to stay in one place for long. Driven by ambition, Travolta decided to try his luck in Los Angeles. In 1972, he packed his few belongings into a battered yellow convertible, his funds totaling only $75. Despite the uncertainty, he pressed on, fueled by hope and a firm belief in his talent. Upon arrival in Los Angeles, life was far from glamorous. Yet Travolta found work in small acting roles and managed to land parts in television series such as Emergency. Each minor gig built his experience and confidence, slowly opening doors to bigger possibilities. His journey from the New York stage to the outskirts of Hollywood was marked by resilience, determination, and a clear-eyed pursuit of his dreams, showing his readiness to embrace whatever came his way out west. Building on his breakout role as Vinnie Barbarino in the comedy series Welcome Back, Kotter, John Travolta quickly became a household name and a defining figure of late 1970s pop culture. Airing from 1975 to 1979, the show introduced viewers to Travolta's charm, wit, and magnetic personality, making him a favorite among audiences and driving his rapid rise in the entertainment industry. With his thick New York accent, good looks, and comedic presence, Travolta's character, Vinnie Barbarino, stood out as a central reason for the show's widespread popularity. Following this television success, Travolta used his newfound fame as a springboard to major film opportunities. He landed a supporting role in the classic horror movie Carrie in 1976, demonstrating his ability to tackle a different genre and marking his transition from television to film. However, Travolta's career soared even higher with his starring role in Saturday Night Fever in 1977. Playing Tony Manero, a young Brooklyn man whose weekends revolve around disco dancing, Travolta delivered a performance that captivated audiences and critics alike. His work in this film showcased not only his acting abilities, but also his dancing talent, which became a signature part of his screen persona. Remarkably, for his portrayal in Saturday Night Fever, Travolta received his first Academy Award nomination for Best Actor at just 24 years old. This achievement reflected both his widespread appeal and his skill as a performer so early in his career, securing his place as a leading man in Hollywood and a cultural icon of his era. Despite the incredible success of Grease in 1978, where John Travolta became an instant sensation thanks to his iconic performance as Danny Zuko, his career did not maintain the same momentum throughout the following decade. Grease turned into a cultural phenomenon, made Travolta a household name, and for a while, it seemed as though he would remain at the top of Hollywood's A-list. The film's appeal went far beyond its catchy songs and retro style, so much of its charm came from Travolta himself, who perfectly embodied both swagger and vulnerability. However, following this high point, things began to change dramatically for him when the 1980s arrived. As the decade unfolded, a string of film projects failed to win over audiences or critics. Many of the movies he chose simply did not match the excitement and freshness of his earlier work. He found himself in a stretch where his star power faded, and people in the industry and the public began to doubt if he could ever recover his place as a leading man. Moviegoers moved on, trends shifted, and Travolta's unique presence on screen was overshadowed by new faces and different styles. While a few performances still showed glimpses of his earlier magic, it seemed like his run as Hollywood's bright new heartthrob had ended, at least for the moment. Suddenly, in 1994, John Travolta stepped back into Hollywood's brightest spotlight with the roaring success of Quentin Tarantino's hit crime film Pulp Fiction. His role as Vincent Vega was not just another character. It was a transformation that catapulted him out of years of career stagnation and right into the thick of modern film relevance. The performance brought Travolta his second nomination for an Academy Award for Best Actor, serving as proof that his screen presence was once again needed and admired by audiences and critics alike. From there, Travolta did not take the predictable path. Instead, he developed a reputation for his remarkable versatility. In the years following Pulp Fiction, he moved between a range of film genres and tones. Serious roles followed, including turns as a complex political figure in Primary Colors and as a determined lawyer in a civil action. Each film allowed Travolta to explore different aspects of drama, showing he was far more than just a leading man from the disco era. Then, shifting gears with ease, Travolta also proved his lighter side could shine just as brightly. In Get Shorty, he played a witty, confident loan shark looking to break into the movie business, his comedic timing perfectly on display. He continued to lighten the mood with Michael, where he played an angel with a mischievous streak, bringing warmth and humor in a way few actors could match. Through these choices, Travolta kept his image fresh and unpredictable, drawing fans both old and new to his work by refusing to be pinned down to one style or genre. His willingness to tackle everything from political intrigue to playful comedy made him not just a comeback story, but one of Hollywood's most adaptable stars, skillfully moving between different characters and projects in the years that followed. Pulp Fiction's breakthrough moment. After many years of working in movies, John Travolta made a return to television in 2016, when he played lawyer Robert Shapiro in the popular FX series American Crime Story, The People vs. O.J. Simpson. His role as Shapiro drew a lot of attention and led to him receiving an Emmy nomination for his performance. Shapiro was a key figure in the famous trial, and Travolta brought his own style and skill to the part, showing a new side of his talent to audiences who remembered him from earlier in his career. However, even as his acting work was being recognized, Travolta's personal life was marked by several deep tragedies. He lost his partner, Diana Hyland, in 1977, which was a painful event early in his life. Later, in 2009, he faced heartbreak again when his son Jet died unexpectedly. This loss deeply affected Travolta and his family. Years later, in 2020, his wife Kelly Preston passed away after a private battle with cancer. Each loss brought a new challenge to him, and these experiences, combined with his continued work, have shaped his life and career in many lasting ways. After facing personal loss, John Travolta and Kelly Preston decided to create something positive in honor of their son. In 2010, they established the Jet Travolta Foundation, aiming to support children with special needs and to extend help to other meaningful causes. Through this foundation, their compassion reached beyond one focus, as they chose to fund projects that had significant impact. Among these, they gave support to the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy, an institution providing education for girls from disadvantaged backgrounds, and to the Simon Wiesenthal Center, an organization known for its work in promoting human rights and fighting hate. Through these actions, Travolta and Preston worked to help those in difficult circumstances, while also strengthening efforts to educate and protect young people. The foundation stands as a tribute, an ongoing effort, channeling personal grief into widespread support and hope for vulnerable groups. Their choices show a deep commitment to improving lives across different communities, making a difference through direct action and thoughtful philanthropy. Throughout their marriage, both John Travolta and Kelly Preston believed in the value of seeking guidance and support, especially during hard times. Travolta has shared that attending marriage counseling with Preston gave them a safe place to talk openly about their feelings and work through any difficulties. This regular commitment to counseling helped them build a deeper understanding of one another and created a stronger bond as a couple. Their willingness to reach out for help was something Travolta said helped keep their relationship healthy and resilient. Sadly, Preston faced a difficult battle with breast cancer for 2 years. During this time, Travolta often spoke about the strength and courage she showed. In the face of her illness, he expressed deep appreciation for the dedication and care provided by her doctors, as well as the unwavering support from their family and close friends. These connections brought some comfort during a time of great pain and uncertainty. After her passing in 2020, Travolta shared his gratitude for the love and care that surrounded them during her illness, acknowledging the efforts of everyone who stood by their side and helped them navigate the emotional challenges of her illness. Meanwhile, John Travolta's public life has often been marked by intense media attention regarding persistent rumors about his sexuality. Over the years, stories and speculation have circulated widely, with many celebrity magazines and online outlets discussing these claims. Multiple allegations of sexual misconduct have also surfaced, with some individuals coming forward to make accusations against him. Travolta and his legal team have always responded assertively, fiercely denying all such allegations and actively working to refute the stories, calling them false and defamatory. In addition to these controversies, Travolta's long-standing association with Scientology has played a significant role in his life's narrative. He joined the Church of Scientology in 1975 and has been an outspoken member ever since, often speaking about the support and guidance he has received from its teachings. Particularly during times of personal loss and hardship, Travolta has credited Scientology with providing him structure, comfort, and the tools he needed to cope with adversity. The actor's unique combination of fame, controversy, and religious commitment has frequently kept him in the public spotlight, fueling ongoing debates and shaping perceptions about his private and public actions. After more than 30 years, John Travolta opened up about a life-changing moment where he faced a near-death situation. While flying a jet, he lost all of his flight equipment and electronics in the air, which left him without any of the tools pilots rely on to fly safely. It was a tense and terrifying experience, and Travolta was forced to rely on every bit of skill and calm he could summon. Despite the odds and the uncertainty of the situation, he was able to make an emergency landing and get everyone on board to safety. That story still stands out as a pivotal moment in his life, showing just how quickly things can turn even for someone known for being cool under pressure. Moving forward, Travolta has continued to embrace new professional opportunities, never letting the past slow down his enthusiasm for work. He is staying active in the entertainment world with some exciting projects on the horizon, including the action-packed thriller Cash Out, which is designed to showcase high energy and suspense. Audiences can also look forward to seeing him in a humorous Christmas commercial for Capital One. Even after facing such a close call years ago, Travolta has kept working hard, taking on challenging roles, and making memorable appearances that show his dedication to his craft. His willingness to discuss the challenges he faces, like that dramatic flight emergency, has added another dimension to the way many people see him, connecting him with both longtime fans and new audiences. With major projects like Cash Out and commercial work set for release, Travolta remains a visible and active presence, demonstrating resilience, creativity, and an ongoing commitment to entertaining people everywhere.